Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames. In this video, we're going to take a look at what has been announced as the releases for Dystopian Wars for November 2023. And I know I said I made a little unique video for the release of the new two-player starter set, but first of all, there was good engagement. Like people did comment, like, "Oh, that's a good idea, good to know," like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I thought, like, okay, if you like, I might keep doing it. And even more important, I realized that it's really something that was missing on the channel, in the sense that Dystopian Wars is still our #1 game, Conquest is #2, and all the rest is very secondary. But for Dystopian Wars, we have the unboxings where we have the boxes and we have a look at what are the sprues, etc. We have the what to build, which come usually quite later, like sometimes a couple months after the boxes have been released, where we really have a more in-depth talk about all the units and how to play them and with all the strategy and stuff. Hopefully, at some point in the future, I will catch up on the delay, all the backlog that I have, and the what to builds video will be quite early after the box is released. But for now, I don't see this coming anytime soon. And what you don't have on the channel for now is, okay, this new box has been released. I'm super excited about it, but is it for me? What can I play with it? What are these new units that I don't know? And this is what this new format of video, when we talk about the releases, is going to be about. Not only being excited and sharing the hype about the new releases, but also should you pre-order or not, depending on your needs and what you're interested in. So as you can see, we have 3 boxes being released in November. And we'll start with the big one, of course, which is the Couronne Battlefleet set for the French. This is absolutely glorious, as you can see. And yeah, I just love those models very, very much, especially like all the French models are some of my favorite in the entire game. And the Couronne looks like an absolute beast. This looks like, I don't know if you can see, but this is probably going to be the same size as this or even bigger. And it's definitely worth being amassed 4 ships. So what do you get there? As you can see, we'll not go too much into the detail either, but you have 2 frontline sprues and 2 skimming sprues. So you have those very good French frontline cruisers. You get 4 écuyères, always good that you can attach around. The French surface cruisers are very good, especially if you want to make the 3 cruisers needed for the Raton Laveur named squadron, but all of them are really good. All of them. The Chevalier, the Charlemagne is amazing as well. I would recommend Chevalier if you're a new player, but all of them are good. You also have these amazing, amazing French skimmings, Chasseur, the Furieux, and the Volière, all of them really good. If you don't know what to build, I would recommend maybe 1 Chasseur and 1 Furieux that you can proxy at each other. The Volière is fine, it's actually good if you want to have one, but really like having 1 or 2 Furieux is always going to be a good decision. And then you have the submarines, you get 2 of those. You can build them either as the Sirène, either as the Épaulard, Sirène being a close range. Now that it can deploy very close to the enemy, it's basically a throwaway unit that you can use to put very big pressure very early in turn 1, but deploy them hidden. Or you can use them as Épaulard to make some more long-range firepower. They can stay actually close to your Couronne as well to help with the extreme range firepower. Uh, that is what you get. For those that have a Kina, you will notice that it's exactly the Alliance starter set, except you replace the Oriflamme from the starter with the Couronne, and you don't get all the dices and all the cards, etc. that you can get, all the gubbins. But it means that if you are a new Alliance player, something that is a very good idea would be to get the Alliance starter set, already a great box. You get this Couronne Battlefleet set that is also a very good box, and then you will have 4 frontline sprues, 4 skimming sprues, and 2 amazing ships with the Couronne and the Oriflamme. And you will have exactly 8 écuyères, so you can put 4 écuyères on the Couronne for really boosting the defense, and 4 écuyères on the Oriflamme to really boost your frontline firepower. And this is going to be such a great fleet. Like, I mean, wow. You can make you can make the Raton Laveur plus a Charlemagne or plus a Chevalier, for example. You can make a full pack of Épaulards to hold the back line, and you can also make, like, for example, 3 Furieux and 1 Volière. So like, it's, you really have so much possibility. You can magnetize around, of course, but it's going to be such an amazing fleet on the table. and expect to see something like this on the on the battlefields of our battle reports very, very soon. So you get all of this. The Couronne, let's talk about it a little bit because this is a big ship that is new that we can talk about, because the Falkenstein, I know what it does, but since I am a war host, I don't have the liberty to discuss it. Yeah, liberty, right? And the Couronne, I can talk about it now because as you can see, we already have the profile. It costs 320 points, quite pricey. Armor 7, Citadel 15, so a little bit more fragile than, for example, a Victory for the crown, but it's okay. It is a friendship. It's not supposed to be super tanky, as we know. What does it have? It has reinforced waterline, which is very good because it will boost its defenses against torpedoes. And since it wants to be at extreme range, torpedoes is something you might be worried about. Like it's mostly what will be in range of you for the first couple of turns. You have all the usual French rules, etc. You have the SRS capacity of 10, 10/6, so quite a good one. Even better than the Victory, if I'm not mistaken, when it's crippled, and 10 is really good. You have the very agile and mobile Malinois strike fighter inside, and you have protected gun crew, which is not going to be super useful except for your heat lance, but still it's there. And yeah, it's really good for its point cost. Like it is more efficient firepower wise than a Victory, I would say, because the heat lance can pack a punch, and you can always use your secondary weapons to make one big punch, thanks to coordinated support. And yeah, you got a very good, nice ship there. Especially if you start to put 4 of the escort écuyères and plus 4 escort tokens that are right here, then damn, it's going to start to be a lot of defenses. Then it's going to be, I think, ADV 15, if I'm not mistaken. 16 actually, so good luck getting any aerial rockets on it. And it's going to be SDV 15, no, 14. And you have reinforced waterline. So you are basically at this point invulnerable against torpedoes. And yeah, that's really, really good. One thing that you can see is you can replace rocket batteries with gun batteries for free, or heat lancet, but I would not recommend because it's a lot of points for a ship that wants to be at long range. But gun batteries would be a really good idea because it would allow, you don't need to link with the heat lance if you don't want to, but it means you get a better usage of your protected ground crews. And yeah, I just think that it's not going to be a battle carrier, let's not exaggerate, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. And you get a very interesting option, which is Let Them Liberté. If you pay this plus 25 points upgrade, which is significant, you do get the cool factor of getting a Statue of Liberty on top. I'm not sure I will do it. It's a little bit too over top for me, so don't expect this in the battle report. I will get mine differently. But if you do, it's 25 points, or significant upgrade. But then you gain inspirational, whatever, and you get a Solex generator. Plus 25 points for a Solex generator is expensive, especially since you don't give it around in a bubble. That would really be interesting. But then it does boost your heat lance, especially if you want to boost everything with rocket batteries. If you do get Dame Liberté, I would recommend to keep your rocket batteries, which can shoot at long range, because then you can have a very big damage pool, even at long range, with your heat lance as a leading value. Everything sustained, so then it's worth it to not have gun batteries, but rocket batteries, which are less efficient, but can shoot from further away. Okay, so we described the Couronne quite in depth. We will not go so much in the other units, but this is what you will get. Again, to finish on this amazing box, I'm really excited. The Couronne looks amazing. It will look like the crown jewel, pun intended, for the entire French fleet. And I'm really excited to get it on the table. Like it looks amazing. There is nothing to say more. Probably one of my favorite carrier in the entire game. It reminds me a little bit of the Mojaiski, which was previously my favorite carrier ever, and I think the Couronne, sorry, might get this place for me. Another box that you get is going to be the Falkenstein Battlefleet set, and as you can see, this one is quite interesting. It's called the Battle Carrier in the orbit. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. Do they announce it? What can I say or not about the Falkenstein? They say, yeah, they say it's a battle carrier. So I cannot show you the stats right now, but as you can see, it's really like a mix between a battleship and a carrier. So it has a fair launch capacity. It's not a dedicated aircraft carrier, but it does have weapons left and right. All the things you see on the front, the small rockets, the little rockets, big rockets, all of those can be replaced with more options that you can say, okay, we'll make a little teaser. You can have, for example, a Veerling flag array all the way to the front to really have a dedicated anti-aircraft ship. And I will not show you the tagline, how much it costs, etc. But you can really customize it everything you want. It's not just replace a rocket with gun batteries. No, you can replace the whole thing. So it's really basically like a little Frankenstein ship indeed, in the sense that you can really customize it however you want, and it's quite good. I will not spoil again the price, but it's priced pretty aggressively, and it's really something that you might consider like, oh, I don't need another battleship. What should I get? Maybe a battleship, maybe a carrier. Well, you can get this one. It will do both roles, not extremely well, but for the point cost, it's a very angry heavy carrier or a small battleship. Like I don't know, it does a good role, and it's a good versatile ship. Don't just throw it in front of the enemy. It's not that tough, but it can do a lot of good things. And what more do you get in the box? You get two frontline sprues, so you will have two basic Prussian squadrons, including two also Arminius. So we know these Prussian ships quite well. They are really, really efficient. And actually, I just said you big bullshit because it's actually the Volsung. So it means this is what is the name? Like the Teutonic Order ship. So you get one if you see my on the screen. This is for the Prussians, so Arminius and Blotcher that you can make as the artillery version, etc. Okay, but those are actually supposedly Teutonic ships because this is a Volsung. So the Volsung is the one with the heavy like electric cannon to the front that you can build as a Richter. The Richter is the one, sorry, not Richter, well, some Richter, the one that is right there. Reiter, sorry, I got it now. The Reiter, which is the one that you see now, which is the anti-air variant. And yeah, the Sigimir is quite different to the Toten. I think there is a little mistake in the picture because I see from my side, I see only Sigimirs here. The Toten, from what I remember, is the one with a second gun battery on the top. But yeah, so you get options. It's quite good that it's not exactly like a frontline battleship, but you get one sprue of each because it gives you a lot more variety. And of course, you get the Falkenstein. So it really is the box where you get a lot of variety around. I would not recommend this as a first box for the Prussian players. There are much, much better boxes around if you want to start playing, because this you will have a little bit of everything. It's like eh. So not a best first box, but it's definitely a good complement either if you already have, for example, an Imperium starter set where you have a lot of Prussian ships and this is a good little complement, or if you have another Imperium faction, for example, the Scandinavians, or you have the Zeppelins from the two-player starter sets, and you're like, okay, I would like a little bit more, but I don't want the huge battleship or the Ice Maiden. I understand you. And you're like, what can I get as a complement? This is a very good box for this. So very good support box with the Falkenstein and a few ships, but I would not recommend this to start. And finally, something I'm quite excited about, you also get the Egyptian squadrons. Finally, they were released a couple of months ago now, with yeah, I think it was in August, maybe September. Anyway, it was quite old, and we were like, yeah, they were in the Abydos, but when do we get the squadrons? Well, here they are. They finally come. You have a lot of options to build. I talked quite in details about the different options when we made the Abydos discovery when it was announced. But I would highly recommend, if you have the Abydos, to also get this squadron. You already have 4 frontline sprues with the Abydos, which is a lot. But if you have this, you have 6, and it's just, you don't have to magnetize even. You can just have a few of everything, and this is what I will do for myself, that's for sure. But I would highly recommend to get this because then you can have a pure Egyptian force and you can have some mercenaries if you have the two-player starter set and you want these new Turkish aerial units as the Crimson League, and yeah, just some Egyptian skimmers floating over the islands with the Turkish airships above. It's gonna be so good. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's gonna look amazing on the table, and you know you want it. I know I do for sure. Uh, so very good box. The crown, great as a starter for the alliance. You don't have any goblins, but very good to start, especially even if you're a new player to Dystopian Wars. You just need the goblins on the side. If you're a new player of Dystopian Wars, get the crown. Sorry, yeah, because couronne means crown in French, so I get mixed. If you get the couronne, get also the alliance starter set. It's going to be a lot of ships to paint, but then you are super set. You have an amazing French fleet. You get basically every French ship ever, and you're very happy. Uh, Especially if you go through our partner, Myobi Place, you have minus 10%. So on big purchases like this, it really helps. Then the Falkenstein, as we've said, good support fleet for the Imperium. Don't start, well, I cannot give you orders, but I would not recommend starting with this. And the Egyptians, I would recommend to only get this if you have already the Abydos, because then you will get some support. It's going to be quite difficult to put Egyptian ships if you don't have an Egyptian flagship. Yes, you can have some fun, especially if you have, for example, an order battle fleet or something you want in reserve, and you can then get the generic battle fleet. You can do that absolutely, but that is the only way if you buy this fleet alone. So yeah, something to keep in mind. But if you have the Abydos, this is a very good complement. Those ships look gorgeous, and expect them on the battle report for the channel quite soon. All right. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to give us a thumbs up. It really helps. And give us a little comment as well. First of all, it gives you a chance to gain either a Crown Battlefleet, a very big one. Have a look at the video that we shared recently, or an Alliance Battlefleet, where you will actually get some of those ships. Some skimming, some surface. You get a lot of stuff. So yeah, feel very free to give us a comment, and especially tell us if you like these releases, what do you like, what are you going to get, and if you're going to get something, just a little reminder again that you can order them also from Myobi Place, minus 10%. They deliver in the entire Europe, and it really helps the channel, especially if you when you are in the cart, you select Love and Wargames as the little receiver of your gifts, because then you get minus 10%, and again, like something like 3% of your order. So it helps me to get even more miniatures for even larger battle reports. Thank you very much. Until the next video, take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and remember to keep spreading the love all around. Bye.